Hey Lisa, how you doing?
Hey Steve, how goes it? I'm doing well.
Good, good, doing great. Hey, so we're about a month out from the start of St. Stephen's Summer School, and you're leading a
Yes,
course for that, and that's super exciting. What's your course called?
it's the very good gospel. I mean, this is the book. This
This
is
is
for me, this was my core book, the one I knew I needed to write before I saw Jesus.
Mom. So this is your
Yeah,
wheelhouse. This is your
exactly.
world.
Yeah, I
Amazing.
mean, this book was inspired by 13 years of kind of swimming in the biblical concept of shalom. And so the whole course is really looking at every angle of what this means. What does it mean to build a world that is built uh, following the king of the peaceable kingdom of God? And what does it look like for us to become shalom builders, shalom makers, in partnership with God on earth? And I think if any time was like ripe for that conversation, it is right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because in the last year or so, there's been not just year or so, like since 2022, there was kind of like this introduction to the
Mm,
very good gospel. When Fortune came out, that was my last book. It was funny. The book that rose on the charts was the very good gospel.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. And I found this ironic, really weird thing had happened one day. I saw like the top listings of books on evangelism,
Uh-huh.
and the Very Good Gospel was number one. And
Mm,
then right under that were two other books that were competing, like they're the old school, for spiritual laws kind of understanding of the
yeah.
gospel. So it was like this like battle of the gospels that was going on in the bookosphere at that time. And it feels like it's actually really kind of coming to fruition right now. I mean, literally, we have different politics in the world that are being followed according to what do you believe is the good news of Jesus?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it feels like a really important time to be engaging that fundamental story again. So for students who might jump into your course, what could they expect?
Well, you can expect conversations about each of the different relationships that are held by God in our relationship with the world, our relationship with God, our relationship between all the genders, relationship between us and the rest of creation. What does it look like for us to be shalom builders
Mm,
in relationship to the rest of creation? What does it look like for us to be shalom builders with regard to the systems that structure us? And what are their implications for families?
yeah.
And what are their implications on race and gender and all of the things? And then also in international relations. So each week, we're going to actually take a look at one of those different relationships. There'll
Mm,
be reading, of course, from the book, but then also adjacent reading that is powering my thinking now, and also that some of it that actually informed the book. And so you're really going to just get a great deep dive into the very good gospel. And my hope from the course is that people will be able to go out and share this with their congregations and the book in their classes, and that they would actually that the disciplers in the kingdom would actually be the ones who take this course and they would take it out and they would disciple into the very good gospel.
yeah, come on. So if you can imagine, I mean, people in the world right now, who do you imagine the course being for? Like who would the course be for?
Well, it's for, look, okay. This course is for anyone who looks up at night and wonders, how did we get here?
Yeah.
Looks past the ceiling, kind of into the universe, thinking, I hope there is a God.
Mm,
This course is for anyone who goes to church and has heard the things and just feels unsatisfied because they're not matching up with what we see in the public square. They're not matching up with what we see of the ways that our faith is being manipulated
mm,
in the political sphere.
yeah.
So feeling those who are disgruntled and feeling like, you know what, this is, uh, I'm having to rethink this Christian thing. This course is for you.
Yeah, come on.
This is also a course for the folks who are teachers and disciplers of the word, folks who are actually asking the deeper questions and helping to move others into that. I would love for this book to be used in college classrooms even more. It's actually already very much out there. A lot of people are using it as textbooks in their coursework.
Beautiful.
Whether it's in religion classes or theology classes or sociology classes, political science with regard to faith, it's being used in all those spaces. So teachers, professors, faculty who want to go deeper into this is a time to do that.
Love it.
And then thank you. And then finally, I would say this is a course for the naysayers, for folks who have actually left the church, who have left God, who have said, you know what, I'm out, peace out. I don't believe anymore. This is it's an opportunity for you to do some deeper investigation before you fully shut the door.
Yeah, let it be. Lisa,
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for you and for your witness, and especially that in the last year or so now your work and Freedom Road is intersecting with St. Stephen's in certain ways, and to have you teaching is such a gift to our students and to us as an institution.
Thank
I also
you.
so moved by you and the ways in which your thinking is so integrated with your public work and the way that you're engaging in the world right now. And so maybe just as a last question, you started by reminding us of just where we're at on planet Earth right now. And I know a lot of people stepping into this season of the summer school with us are coming from obviously the turmoil of the world. And so I wonder, as somebody who has walked this journey for quite a while, what would you say to young folks who are stepping into this course or other courses, or just finding SSU as a place to try to breathe for a bit? What would you say to people right now?
Well, I would say that SSU has actually demonstrated itself over the last year and a half, which is why I'm with them, to be a real sanctuary for people who feel like they are religiously and politically lost, folks who have been betrayed by their faiths, not their faith, but by their religious affiliations, either because of people experiencing the rejection of the church of them because they are following the just Jesus, or because of the identity they discovered that is deep within them and they decided to be truthful about it, or because of political coercion that we're experiencing right now under the present administration in the U.S. There's just, and also around the world, there's just so many reasons why, or ways that people have been disillusioned by the faith leaders that they previously had trusted. And so my word to them is that this is not a reflection on Jesus. This is a reflection on the whiteness of church, of the Western church. And by whiteness, I don't mean how, the numbers or demographics of white people. What I mean is that the Western church is built from and within empire. It's a church that stems from Constantine, the era of Constantine. And whenever you have a Constantinian church, you have an imperial church. Wherever you have an imperial church, you have contention against the image of God on earth. You actually have contention for supremacy. And that is what has gotten us here. We are right now in a struggle for supremacy. The current administration in the U.S. and all other authoritarians around the world, which are gaining steam or have gained steam over the last several years, they are contending against God for supremacy. And that is why you have been disillusioned, because you have seen people be so afraid that they have either said nothing or they have complied. And I mean, I'll say it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. To comply with authoritarian rule, to comply with fascism, to comply with those whose aim is to crush the image of God on earth is to be complicit. And to be complicit makes one lose their integrity. And so that is why people have streamed from the church and are seeking, truly seeking. And that's what I found of my students so far at SSU. They're amazing, brilliant young people, and some seasoned folks as well,
Yeah.
who are searching because they have been disillusioned and betrayed, largely disillusioned and betrayed in this current context. So come and investigate, dig deeper. Don't just look at the white Jesus who rose above the altar in your white painted, white altered church in the West. Instead, investigate real Jesus, who was brown and colonized and indigenous, and someone who absolutely understood what it looked like and felt like and how to respond on the edge of the spear of imperial faith.
Come on. Yeah, preach, Lisa. I want to do your course. I'm excited and
all right,
really excited for all the
very
people
good
who will join you this summer. So thanks, Lisa. Appreciate you heaps. Can't wait for this course.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to see folks in there and for us to get into some good conversations. Blessings.
Come on.